Topping today's news, the IMF gives the Bahamas' economy a fairly good rating. The F&M set to ratify more candidates tonight. The Royal Caribbean soft opening of its new beach club on the weekend, and the U.S. Ambassador Herschel Walker tours the Fox Hill community. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. A pretty good fiscal finish for the Bahamas in 2025. The International Monetary Fund says the Bahamas' economy is expected to finish 2025 with 2.8% growth, supported by construction activity and strong cruise tourism, even as growth is expected to slow over the medium term and public debt remains elevated at about 74% of GDP. This comes after an IMF mission visited Nassau from December 2nd to the 12th to conduct the 2025 Article 4 review, assessing recent economic performances, fiscal developments, financial sector conditions, and structural reforms. The IMF reported that real GDP growth was robust during the first half of 2025 and is expected to decelerate modestly next year before easing toward the economy's estimated potential growth rate of about 1.5% over the medium term. The Free National Movement is expected to name another round of candidates this evening at the party's headquarters. Among those expected to be nominated tonight, party chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands. It has been said that Dr. Sands will not run in Elizabeth, where he lost in 2021 to JoBeth Kobe Davis. Also among those expected to be ratified tonight is Heather Hunt, who is expected to replace Renwood Wells in Bamboo Town, along with Frazette Gibson, who is expected to replace Aram Lewis in Central Grand Bahama. So far, the Free National Movement has named 24 of its candidates. Royal Caribbean's new Royal Beach Club on the western end of Paradise Island had a soft opening ribbon cutting on Saturday, December 13th. Prime Minister Philip Davis and the Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, who is also the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, they were at the event and had praise for RCI for giving so many Bahamians an opportunity to own a part of the tourism industry.
Ownership means Bahamians are not standing outside watching success pass by. Ownership means the country has a stake that connects performance to public benefit. It also changes how young Bahamians think about their place in the economy.
For the first time, Bahamians will hold a 49% ownership stake in a major tourism project of this nature. That gives our people a real and tangible stake in the revenues generated here. Bahamians will be owners and beneficiaries, not just observers of economic activity happening around them. Just as important is the fact that every business operating at this site is Bahamian owned.
No official date has been set for the grand opening, but the first official paying customers are expected to arrive on December 23rd. The Beach Club's president, Philip Simon, said the company is proud to have such a far-reaching impact on the country's economy.
We have deliberately outsourced, in partnership with the government, all of the service operations. And again, PM would have said it, our chairman would have said it, that's everything you see around you, from pool to landscaping to security to food and beverage to IT to ticketing. The list goes on. And those are all Bahamian companies, which means the extension of the Royal Beach Club goes beyond the 500 plus employees that we have.
Meanwhile, 1% of the Beach Club's annual profits will go towards the Bahamas Tourism Development Fund. Bahamians will also be able to purchase day passes to get a taste of the Beach Club experience. Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell, chairman for the PLP, he is responding to the Free National Movement's latest criticisms regarding delays at the Grand Lucayan Hotel, Grand Bahama. Mr. Mitchell says the opposition has no grounds to accuse the government of default, pointing out that the F&M itself oversaw a regime of default, he says. That was during their 4.5 years in office. His remarks come after the F&M accused the government of failing to follow through on its promises for both the hotel and for the Grand Bahama community.
These matters of the development of Grand Bahama, the whole question of the purchase of the hotel, of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, they're complex issues to deal with. And sometimes in negotiations, you run into obstacles that you don't expect. Lawyers will tell you this all the time. So I don't think you need to read anything into it as nefarious or anything that's intended to cause anyone harm. The fact is, as I'm advised, the project is going forward, is moving forward, and we expect that it will be to the benefit of the people of Grand Bahama.
Mr. Mitchell also addressed the ongoing delay in payments to Grand Lucayan workers. He confirmed there are technical issues causing the holdup, but emphasized that the Prime Minister, who is the Minister for Finance, is actively working to resolve the situation.
It is unfortunate that there's some issues which are of a technical nature, which I understand have arisen with regard to it. But in speaking to the Prime Minister this morning, he is concerned that it is delayed and not done, and has undertaken that it will be done.
Mr. Mitchell, who was speaking on the sidelines of the U.S. Ambassador Herschel Walker's visit to the Fox Hill community, said while he has been briefed on the situation, he could not comment on the specific technical issues responsible for the delay in payments. Finally, in this segment, earlier today, the United States Ambassador to the Bahamas, Herschel Walker, visited the Fox Hill Community Center along with Foreign Affairs Minister and the Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, Mr. Fred Mitchell. Ambassador Walker addressed students and residents while sharing a personal message focused on faith, self-belief, and kindness.
And I used to have a speech impediment where I couldn't put a sentence together. I used to stutter so bad. So all the kids used to make fun of me. I used to get beat up every day. But because of the grace of God, I started working out. I started doing these push-ups and sit-ups and all that because we didn't have weights, we couldn't afford weights. So I started doing all these push-ups and sit-ups, and my life changed. But it didn't change because I wanted to play football. I played professional football for about 14 years. I was on the Olympic team. I was one of the fastest guys in the world. I've done a lot of things, but that's not the reason my life changed. My life changed because I quit feeling bad about myself. So the reason I tell you that, you got to feel good about who you are, because God has made you special. Because Jesus said, bring me the kids. Bring them to me. Because you have to know you are special. And remember that whenever you get up, be the best that you can be. Don't worry about anyone else.
Minister Frederick Mitchell, who hosted the event, told students the Empowerment Initiative is designed to build confidence, encourage kindness, and remind the young people of the Bahamas that they are responsible for their communities and responsible to be kind to one another.
And I reflected that while this is a season of joy and happiness, that sadness is also mixed in with joy. That's the way life is. And our traditions of remembering those in the past who did kind things for us should bring us joy. So the theme this morning is kindness. And kindness means that you have to be good to your neighbor, good to yourself, to your parents, your community. That's what kindness is all about.
You're watching JCN TV News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.